Back in for another episode of the Anthony on Air podcast. Thanks for joining us. And of course, brought to you by our good pals over at the Hero Soap Company. Link in the description below. More on them in a moment. Lots of topics to get to. Some controversial, some just flat out fun. Stick around for the entire episode. We're going to be talking about Ghislaine Maxwell to start. We've got some audio as her brother appeared on Good Morning America. The church making some huge controversial statements earlier today. We'll get into that. Oscar noms announced. Speaking of awards, the Grammys were yesterday. We'll recap with J-Sab. She'll be joining us shortly. And of course, we talked about a birthday dinner that was going to take place over the weekend. It took place. We will recap it for you. Some local controversy, some friend controversy.
Ooh.
Amongst
I don't know about this controversy. I'm excited to hear about it.
Well,
I was there too.
I might be fabricating it, but nonetheless, we'll talk about it. So stick around. Stick around for that. Ghislaine's brother continuing to talk. So we covered Ghislaine's brother on the last two episodes of the podcast, Frank. If you missed those, go back wherever you're watching or listening from on YouTube.
I missed them.
We'll put a link in the cards for you guys. But the brother's been talking, saying a lot of things. The first couple of things that we shared with everybody came from an interview he did with the BBC.
Right.
This morning, earlier, he appeared on Good Morning America for the first time. So we're actually going to see Ghislaine's brother, who, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, there he is right there. You could see him.
What's his name?
Looks like a scholarly gentleman. Ian is his name.
Ian.
And we're going to hear from him. So I'm going to play you these clips again. Take a listen. This is what he had to say. First question from the interviewer on Good Morning America was, with everything out there in the world about your sister, you can see why there's little sympathy for her and her prison conditions.
I think that's been whipped up, actually, by a lynch mob media performance. I'm not minimizing the seriousness of the allegations, but my sister's fighting for her life, and that's pretty serious too. Maxwell became
Are we, first of all, I am honored to be called the lynch mob. I'm very proud of that.
That's an insane, every time I hope I'm probably not the only one out there, but every time I hear, the media is, I roll my eyes every time because it's like, you can only blame the media for so much. Yeah, there is media out there that inflates things for ratings, and they do that. But at a certain point, you got to ask, some of it's true.
Right.
Some of it's not.
Yes.
You got to be able to, go to different sources and piece together the stuff. Don't just watch one source. Go to different sources. Piece together the things that are linked between all of them. And, not that you're doing your own investigating, but don't take everything the media says. Of course, don't take everything the media says as 100% truth.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, it's like, sometimes they get it right.
Yep.
You got to count those times too.
And devil's advocate, to your point, guilty people a lot of the time go with the defense of the media is really just,
Gotta blame the media.
Right. All right, here's more from Ghislaine's brother from this morning on Good Morning America.
My father was an extraordinarily well-connected man in his own right. So she had grown up in that world and was able to move in it very freely.
And you knew about her friendship with Jeffrey?
I only met him once in a party. I had no knowledge of their life or life that Ghislaine was leading in any great detail.
Ian Maxwell says he last saw his youngest sister in June 2019 when all 7 Maxwell children were together in London, as seen in this photo provided to ABC News.
So what kind of source is this guy? He saw her 2 years ago.
Yep, there's that photo.
So how does he? I mean, he's being told what the conditions are by his lawyers.
By her lawyer.
Her lawyers.
Yeah.
Her lawyers. I mean.
Right, and so a couple of things to unpack from that. Are we to believe that he only met Epstein once? Because we know Epstein and his father had a relationship. Right. That's how she met him. So there's that. And then also, you don't know what's happening with your sisters in your sister's life? the whole
Why?
time.
I mean, with the press, freedom of the press, and all that, why can't a news team just go to this prison and investigate?
What do you mean?
Bring up like, why can't a news team just go to that prison where Ghislaine Maxwell was being held and say, we want to see the conditions, as this is a public, what's it called, taxpayer building. You know, this is our building, basically, so we want to see what the conditions
Well, I
are.
mean, it's a prison. You gotta get the okay for that. Prison's got to say it's okay. It's safe.
The government should, if it's run by the government, or is it a private prison?
I believe this particular one is public. I don't know.
Then you should be able to, or the government should step in and be like, these are the conditions.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Every time somebody cries wolf, you can't have the, you know what I'm saying? Because then every prisoner on earth would be like, oh, come investigate my thing.
Well, that's what it should be. Why aren't just like if a hospital did that? If a hospital said, or if someone claimed that a hospital's conditions were terrible, it would immediately be looked at and investigated, and people, would to take a look at the conditions and what's going on. But with a prison, I understand that not the best people are in the prisons. But
I agree in principle with what you're saying. If every prisoner there had the same complaint,
it's not always going to be like that. Because especially with prisons, depending on who is in there, people are going to get treated differently.
Yeah. All right. Here's more on the brother and the relationship with Jeffrey. He kind of is toting this lawyer line that we've heard from her team before, that they didn't really know each other anymore, Jeffrey and Ghislaine.
No, with no idea what was coming.
Ghislaine is married with the stepchildren, getting on with her life.
I should preface this. This was at they're talking about the moment that Jeffrey was arrested.
Okay.
So when he was arrested for the second time, not the first time in Florida, but the second time in Jersey, when he was arrested, and then her name started getting plastered everywhere. That's what they're asking about at this point in the interview.
For alleged sex trafficking of girls, you guys had no clue
idea
what was coming.
Ghislaine is married with the stepchildren, getting on with her life. We're all getting on with our lives, and then bang.
As the Epstein story breaks, law enforcement
So what he's saying is that she had moved on from him. There was no involvement, at least to him. And that when he gets arrested and her name starts getting kicked up in the media again, they were all surprised.
Well, I mean,
you buying any of this?
How long were you with the guy? The guy was doing it while he was doing all this crazy shit while you were together with him. So of course your name's going to come up. Innocent or guilty, your name is going to come up because you were in a relationship with him during all this alleged, behavior.
Right.
So yeah, of course you're going to be a topic, and charges are probably because you were, because of what happened.
So then they talk about the fact that she then completely retreated from public life, not hid from the police, Frank. Retreated from public life.
She's done that now. She's in prison.
She's married, has a husband and 2 stepchildren. She was simply seeking to protect her family. She was not running away from law enforcement.
Ghislaine Maxwell, ex-girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein, tonight under arrest
at this 156-acre property dubbed Tucked Away that she bought for more than $1 million.
Ghislaine was arrested in a dramatic FBI operation in July 2020, accused of grooming 3 of Epstein's underage victims, knowing that he intended to sexually abuse them, the alleged misconduct going back 2 decades.
Suddenly, he dies, and they've got this really serious problem. They've got victims of abuse, deprived of their prime target and opportunity to question them. It seems to me inescapable that the authorities decided they had to do something about it.
In court documents, the government says Maxwell had an essential role in sexual exploitation that caused deep and lasting harm. Ghislaine is now spending her 9th month behind bars.
Well, that's what you get.
I mean, here's the weird thing. The last bit that he said, he's not entirely wrong.
Which part?
Which is that they messed up the Epstein thing, and now they're ensuring that they're not messing up.
But that's not even true, though. They're messing up with her too, allegedly, according to them. You know, they're mistreating her. That, you know, she doesn't have the right food. Her hair's falling out. I mean, if
you want to hear the brother, do you want to hear the brother talk about that? Because I have that too. You want to hear him say that?
Yeah, sure. But if what she's saying is true, then they're not taking extra precaution with her. They're lax.
What I'm just saying is it's the same way of saying the same thing. He's saying they're treating her unfairly because of Epstein. What I'm saying is they're being extra precautious because of Epstein. It's kind of how you look at it, but it remains true because of Epstein. Both
can't be true.
No, the end result can't be true, but the fact that she's getting extra attention.
Yeah, but she's getting extra negative attention, which is not the same thing.
According to them.
Yeah, so wait a minute. So what's the other side saying? They're giving her extra correct attention?
He's saying no. What I'm saying is she's getting extra attention. We're both saying she's getting extra attention because of Epstein. This guy is saying it's negative and it's unfair treatment.
Right.
What I'm saying is, you know, I don't know if the treatment's unfair or not. That's what they're claiming, but she is getting extra attention because of Epstein, because they can't let this happen again or have anything go wrong or sour in this case. They can't. The government,
of course,
Department of Justice can't have it.
Absolutely. So what they're saying is, you have to give extra attention just so nothing wrong occurs. But if what Maxwell's side is saying is true, then, you know, she's getting treated like, you know.
Well, here it is, because we've read it, we've talked about it, but here it is straight from the brother's mouth.
Lost 20 pounds. She's losing her hair. She can't concentrate. She has a flashlight shone in her cell every 15 minutes during the night, so she has no sleep of any real quality. And that is torture. Why is Ghislaine Maxwell being treated differently? She's a patsy for Epstein is the answer, whom they lost on their watch, and they're taking it out on my sister. Damn it, that's wrong.
See, I mean, so that's why it's important to play audio. That's why audio is better than reading it in text, because you hear the inflection is in his voice. Yeah. He's saying
passion.
They screwed up, they messed up Epstein, and now they're taking it out on my sister. If let's play a game, Frank, where we're the brother and we think our sister can do no harm. It's understandable, but in reality,
it does sound like torture. I mean, if this was happening to her after she's found guilty, which I'm sure she will be, then everybody would be like, who cares? Who cares? But assuming that, let's say against all the odds, what if she's innocent? And I'm not saying she is. What if the 0.00001% comes true and she's innocent, and they find out she had nothing to do with it, indisputable? Then you look back on what the courts and the jail were doing to her, and it could be seen as, you know, could it be seen as torture?
But here's my thing, though, to that point. They didn't just invent these things, the prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are precautions in place for a reason. In all instances, like a lot of the times, whether it be police work or even just how things get filed at the average office, like the inexperienced newcomer will look at these things and go, this is crazy. Why are you doing it that way? Until you start doing it and you realize, oh, somebody has been through this before and has put thought into how to think 20 moves ahead and figured out that you have to do A, B, C, and D.
No
you know
doubt.
what I'm saying? So,
however,
waking up
doesn't
somebody
mean that it's the right way.
Well, may not
we
be,
haven't perfected everything.
But waking somebody up every 15 minutes does sound like torture until you see cases of people for years and years and years that somebody hung themselves like Epstein or did whatever and did this or that, took their own life in jail, figured out how to get away from it, and the lives of their victims were forever destroyed and they never got their, day in court. So you kind of like, it's like, that's the reason why. they're not waking her up to torture her. They're waking her up to make sure she's
Put
alive.
a mirror under her nose. I mean, there are other ways. I feel. If
I don't know.
Let's put aside our disdain just for a moment.
Agreed, but I bet you if we had, and I wouldn't waste everybody's time, but I bet you if we had a corrections officer come on here, they could outline all the specific reasons why these things are done. But
doesn't mean that's the right way. But my point is the brown water. There's no reason for that other than we're mistreating her on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Agree, but that's if we believe the brown water.
Right. So why isn't there? I mean, every organization almost on the planet has oversight. Isn't there prison oversight? Like, aren't there inspectors?
Yeah, because of course that's probably a lie. That they're probably making that up. And
so
you were about to say that
it's a lie.
The bad food. Hey, it's food. You're getting nourishment.
Or is it rotten bullshit? Who knows?
I don't know. But
I would. It's all covered in mold and shit. Who the hell knows?
You could be right. But I'm again a little bit more positive than not saying that you're not. I'm just, I would hope that the people involved in watching her are taking every last precaution to make sure that what they do doesn't negatively impact the outcome of her getting a fair trial and getting convicted.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like she's in prison. She's being watched. You don't want to give the lawyers something that they could go, well, she's been mistreated. Right. Let's knock off, instead of a life sentence, she's getting, she'll only get 10 years. Something ridiculous that they could go, well, it's the prison's fault. She was tortured. So, we're going to go easy on, stuff like that. And if it was true, if she was being mistreated, is that being brought up in court? Like, is that a case that the judge has to oversee?
I'm sure the lawyers will bring up something. I'm sure the lawyers will have, and they have been probably. And so
I feel like, right or wrong, if the lawyers are right or wrong, why isn't this solved yet? Like, why can't someone just go there and go, oh yeah, this is brown water? It would literally take a day. Doesn't that make sense? Just send someone there.
Especially for a higher profile case like this. Yeah, I mean,
just send someone there and oversee the prison for a day or two, and see how they're treating her.
Maybe it has been done, and it just doesn't need to be released publicly. Maybe it's been done and presented to the judge, and the judge is like, all right,
deal with it.
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah, maybe.
Last thought on Ghislaine Maxwell after our read for Hero Soap Company. It's my favorite soap on the planet. I absolutely love it. The aroma when you crack open the seal. By the way, water-resistant shipping bags, so that in case you
don't want your soap running out all over the place.
Yeah, in case your delivery person leaves it out in the middle of the rain and it gets soaking wet, it'll never actually, get to your actual soap. It's protected. They thought of everything, the folks over at Hero Soap Company. Literally thought, not even forget making an incredible product. They thought about, let's make sure we get it to people the right way so it doesn't get damaged or eroded away. And they have that subscription service, which I love. You know that, Frankie. Save 20%. Use that promo code Anthony when you sign up for a subscription, which is basically they'll send however much soap you want or you use in your household per month, every single month to you. You set up a one-time deal. You save 20% with the promo code Anthony, and you're all set. And by the way, we always mention this because they're proud patriots, and we love them so much, the folks over at Hero Soap Company. Veteran-owned company. You buy a bar of soap, they send a bar of soap to the troops, and then they take a little bit more money out of their kick, and they build homes for veterans returning from
all good things.
Service. Tremendous, tremendous people. Final thought on this. Do you think, and we talked about this again, Frankie, in a previous episode, that the brother speaking out now is, I feel, and I think, I'm pretty sure you agree with me, and I think most people would agree, this was something that was born from her lawyers starting this process of, hey, we got to get out there and have a voice on our side.
I doubt he would say something on go do interviews unless the lawyers, because what if he said something?
Right. Well, that's my question. Is this a media tour now? He did the BBC. Now he's on Good Morning America. Are we going to see Brother Ghislaine here, Brother Maxwell everywhere? Are there more stops?
I'm sure part of a lawyer's strategy is to raise public opinion on their client. You know, especially in a case this profile,
Yeah.
this high profile. So it's, you know, of course they're not going to go out there and start talking. They're the lawyers. They're working on the case, whatever. So let's get the brother. You know.
Yeah. I will say this: we won't bring him up anymore unless he brings something new to the table. I'm not gonna I'm not here to tell his side of the story. You know, with the brown water and the food or whatever. If there's a new wrinkle added, we'll have it. I'm not going to regurgitate the same old garbage.
I just feel like this should have been solved. I mean, these allegations of the prison should have been solved weeks ago. Like, yes, they're doing it. No, they're not. Like, I feel like it's an easy solve. You send someone down there, and what are they doing? Or someone undercover goes in and starts working there, and you know, anything. They could investigate it. It could be done within a week, most.
Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right, let's bring in J Sabs just in time to talk about church. How you doing there, J Sabs?
Oh yeah,
in the house.
The church. My favorite subject.
What in the hell was that, by the way?
That was that song, "Take Me to Church."
Was it?
It was.
Okay.
I thought it was good.
On that.
I thought it was a nice
Thank
rendition.
You, thank you.
It was lovely.
Thank you.
Didn't recognize it. I'm going to be honest with you.
All right, Vatican this morning coming out and saying that it will not bless. Oh, I didn't even say that. Good spot, J Sabs. Good spot. They say they will not bless same-sex unions, and they call them a sin.
But wait. Didn't like years ago they or the new Pope say like he was okay with it?
Might have been the Pope before this Pope. Was it the Pope before this Pope, or was it this Pope?
I think it was this Pope. I think he said something along the lines of, I don't know if he said marriage, but I think he said like unions or something. I'm not sure if he said marriage, but I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Last year, Pope Francis advocated for civil union laws for same-sex couples.
There you go.
And now this year, he's like, that's bad.
Never mind.
Never mind. Take it back.
Now he's saying marriage, which, believe me, same-sex couples have every right.
No, here's where we get into the technicalities. He didn't say marriage. Oh. He said civil union.
No. This time around.
Oh, okay. All right. So here's what he said this time around for everybody, so that everybody can start to gather their own opinion out. There was a statement approved by Pope Francis that threatens to widen the chasm between the church and the LGBTQ community. Explaining the decision in a lengthy note on Monday, they referred to same-sex unions as a choice, the Vatican, described them as sinful, and said they cannot be recognized as objectively ordered to God's plans.
Okay. But they're okay with trans people. No, I'm just kidding.
The Vatican's top doctrinal office, the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, wrote in a statement, the blessing of homosexual unions cannot be considered licit. God does not and cannot bless sin.
Oh, God.
Ouch.
I mean, I feel like that's an easy solve. Whatever the Pope says, it becomes, like the dogmatic law. Mm-hmm. Whatever the Pope does on earth, God has to hold true.
Mm-hmm.
So he could just say it's not a sin anymore.
Pope Francis, who was frequently praised for his welcoming tone towards LGBTQ, I love my LGBTQ.
Take two.
But it's too much. I can't. They've got to be
a mouthful.
They've got to be more expecting for those who can't speak yet have to speak for a living. LGBTQ people, both within and outside the church, approved the note.
Wait, what?
Approved it?
Yes. So he didn't write it. The office, the Congregation for the Doctrine of Faith, wrote the statement. Pope Francis put his Pope stamp of approval on the statement.
Yeah, but you're saying LGBTQ people approved it?
No. I'm saying he's been praised for his welcoming tone towards LGBTQ people, yet he approved this statement.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I think he's saying like marriage within the church. Like I don't know. It's again, he could make it. He could change it if he wants to. I think. I'm not 100% sure on how it all works, but
you know what this is like? This is like meeting a guy, saying he has a lot of, he says he has a lot of money, and then you marry him, and then he's like, "No, I was just kidding."
Not that happened to you, Janine,
or that happened to me,
or my wife,
or your wife, or Frank's wife.
No,
is it not the best comparison?
What's weird to me,
it's a great analogy,
is that two, like a man and a woman can get married who, for all intents and purposes, let's say we get a man and a woman who like hate each other and are just
like
getting married. Like, yeah. And we could get married for no reason. And maybe just to get you into the country, to, maybe some kind of, what's it called? Insurance crap. We could do that. No problem in the church.
Right.
But two homosexual people who love each other and want to raise a family can't.
It's a great point.
I mean,
it's a great point.
Wrong there.
Yeah, you can fake it. You can fake it if you're a man and a woman, but if you're two dudes, it's a sin. I mean, it's just
I have
completely ridiculous.
A question for that.
Yes.
So here's the thing. Say there's a trans man, meaning it's a man that wants to become a woman.
Right.
Marries a woman.
Right.
Then it's okay because legally, and they're a man and a woman.
Yeah, so, but once he transitions, though, he's going to be a woman, and then it's a sin. So technically, some just
stay in limbo for years. So.
Here's a loophole around this.
That's what I thought you said. Yeah.
if you want a loophole, if you start out as a man and marry a woman, and then become a woman, and you're married to a woman, are you grandfathered in according to the Pope?
Oh, that's a
wait a second.
Question.
I apologize. I think you would be grandmothered in that particular instance.
Boom.
So.
I lost you halfway through that. If you're a man, I mean, I
love it, Frank. It would have to be your bull, is I think what it.
That makes sense.
There's never space for a Tommy Boy callback.
Oh, man,
here's my thing. Here's my thing with all of this. Like, this is complete and total bullshit. I hate when we get into semantics arguments. Like, I okay a civil union, but it's not a marriage in God's eyes. Like, go fuck yourself. I mean, seriously. I love my religious friends, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are very, very religious, but I have a super hard I don't know if Frank is religious or not. He's definitely more religious than I.
He goes to church every Sunday, doesn't he?
I don't go to
No, that's his
brother does.
Didn't you used to go to church?
Yeah.
All the time?
Sure. Yeah.
See?
And I always kind of say I'll go back, but it just never happens.
Yeah, see, I have a big problem with the church when it comes to this, because I also feel like we're getting to such a great place of accept. Or here's a question. If it wasn't for the religious aspect, okay, if it wasn't for religion being against LGBTQ, would people really have much of a problem with it? Because I feel like where we are right now, most people are accepting. I would say a majority of people are more accepting now. And I feel like the last few standouts, like the last few legs that people who don't approve of homosexuality have to stand on, are the religion legs. Does that make sense?
There is a lot of that, sure. But there's also a lot of people who are against LGBTQ because, they're just homophobic or transphobic.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, they don't.
Could be, but I feel like that's on the decline, and that last bastion of I can be like this is hiding in religion, because God says it's a sin. I just
you think they use that as an excuse, or do you think they really believe that?
I think that a lot of those people probably wouldn't have a problem with homosexuality if it wasn't for the fact that they were raised in the Catholic Church. And Catholicism tells them it's bad.
Right.
I go by Jesus's two big rules. He said the two they asked him, what's your favorite commandment? In the New Testament, they asked Jesus, Can you hear me? I don't know if it's fading out.
He said all 10 because I wrote
said,
all 10, motherfucker. That's what he said.
Well, his father did. But he said, they asked him, what's your 2 favorite commandments? What's your favorite commandment? They asked him. And he said, as long as you treat everybody the way you would want to be treated, and I am God. That's it. Those 2. And you're good.
Well, you were going to bring up my second point, which is, isn't Catholicism based off of love one another? Like, isn't that what Jesus preached? Like, just love one another.
Absolutely.
Jesus didn't
Until it doesn't
say,
work for them.
Jesus didn't say love one another except for them gays. Like, he didn't say that shit. In fact, there's nowhere in there where he says being gay is wrong. It's
Old Testament stuff. There's Old Testament stuff written about it. Like, a man should not lie with another man the way he lies with a woman, I think is the quote. I'm not 100% sure where it is.
He doesn't exactly lie with a woman like that.
Well,
I'll tell you where it came from.
Depends on your woman.
I'll tell you where it came from, Janine. It came from the fact that they believe, or the church tried to teach, preach, whatever, that having sex without the intention to procreate was wrong.
Oh, okay.
Because they had to come up with a way to stop people from knocking boots back in the day.
I see.
And so they came up with this whole thing, and then it got folded into, well, gay people can't procreate, so then that's wrong.
Put that on a list.
But it's so weird because they might not be able to procreate traditionally, but they can adopt. They could be surrogates. They could in vitro. There's so many ways that they could start a family if that's their gripe with same-sex couples, marriages. Then there's problem solved.
But it wasn't always like that, though. It wasn't. I guess from when they started that, they weren't allowed to do that back then.
I'm saying nowadays.
Nowadays.
It could be now, and there are opposite sex marriages, man and woman marriages that don't procreate. My wife and I do not have kids. So. But we were allowed to marry.
I thought you guys weren't allowed. You didn't pass the test. You weren't smart enough. That's what I heard.
For what? To get married?
To have kids.
To have kids.
Oh yeah, no. Any idiot can have kids.
That's true. That's true.
Any idiot can do it. Like if they,
And I will say this: that a lot of the gay couples I know are better parents than every single straight couple I know, present company included. Especially all the way at the other end of the panel here.
Just because I let my kid watch Cardi B's and Megan Thee Stallion's performance on the Grammys does not make me a bad parent.
Yeah, but you didn't have
they're not allowed to read Dr. Seuss anymore.
You didn't have to replay it for them and make them practice all the moves, Gene. That's all I'm saying. One time, it's understandable, but
right.
That's on you. You let them watch it. You let them read Dr. Seuss. Right. That's on you.
Yeah.
That's your call.
I just think this is the most hypocritical thing. I feel like the church was making such great progress. They have so much trouble on their own with all of the priests and everything that went on with that. Like, and again, their main guy goes, love one another. And then the people down here are like, yeah, but hold on a second. Let's go and revisit this and make sure that we're it's such bullshit. And I have a hard time with people that blindly believe, that whole thing and can't just make up their own minds. Like, I know plenty of gay people. They're wonderful people. I don't think of them as second-class citizens. We're in such a great place right now. And then you get something like this. I don't understand it. And the other thing is, in this time of cancel culture, this would be a prime opportunity to cancel these people for saying this. Right. Yet I feel like they're going to get a pass because they're the Catholic Church. Whereas if an individual would have say this, they would.
Oh, well, it's because it's the Vatican. You can't touch the Vatican.
Right. Whereas if somebody said this, they would lose their jobs. They would be thrown off Twitter. Like it would be nonstop. But because it's the Vatican, it's okay.
It's the religion. That's the way they view it for some reason. I don't get it because there's plenty. I know, again, just like you, I know plenty of same-sex married couples that are great parents. They have plenty, tons of kids running around, and they raise them, and they're great kids. And there are opposite sex marriages that the kids are a mess, or there's no kids, or
Yeah.
Who's to say what's the right? There's no right or wrong. You're in love. You're in love. That's it. You have the right to be together.
I would just love to see Catholics, the people, skip church for 2 weeks straight. That would make me so like. I would love to show.
Say it again?
Yeah.
I would love to show.
I'll show you.
Right. I would love it if you're a Catholic and you know a gay person, a transgender person, whatever, and you see nothing wrong with them or their ability to marry another person. I feel like you should skip church for a whole month and send a mess. I wish we could organize this to send a message, be like, because I don't think that these people, whoever the frig they are, speak for most Catholics. I really don't.
Right.
I really don't.
Get Frank's brother on here. Tell him to give up church for 2 weeks.
I think he supports same-sex marriages. I'm sure. He's a very liberal Catholic.
Actually, I don't know if your brother supports any marriages based on how his marriage is going.
Case.
So
that might be the case.
Yeah.
But that's
his own. That's his own issues. That has nothing to do with the LGBTQ people out there. You guys are just fine.
His view is probably, if you want to be miserable like I am, then go ahead and be miserable and get married.
Let's get into the Oscars quickly here, and then we'll talk about the Grammys. Oscar noms come out. Did you guys see this?
I did.
What'd you think before I get
did not
into
see the list
specifics?
Once again, the movies nominated for Best Movie, I have not seen them or heard of them.
None of them.
None of them.
Borat, was that nominated?
It wasn't. That girl was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. So I was like, okay, at least I saw that. But then I saw for Best Actress. I did see the movie, which was surprising that I saw it.
I can say honestly,
what's
the Best Picture, and we'll go through a couple things. And I'm not going to do every category, but I'll give you the buzzworthy things. Yeah. Maybe not even all the categories. I'm just going to give you the what people are saying and talking about. For Best Picture, I have not seen one of these movies. Not one.
What are they?
Yeah, no.
And I can see a couple of them, and I'm gonna The Trial of the Chicago 7. Now, Frank, you saw that. Yeah,
that was a great movie.
You like that one?
Yes.
Okay, so I did hear of that, but not really. Only because
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yes,
he's great in it.
Yeah, you know what? We should all share if we heard of it, saw it, and that because I've heard of it and have the ability to see it. It's on Netflix. I'm gonna watch it before the Oscars.
It's very good. Definitely watch
I'll try.
it. Eddie Redmayne's in it.
Is it boring?
A lot of people. No.
All right, Sound of Metal.
What happened in the '60s, and it's great.
It's good.
That looks good.
I don't know. I've never heard of Sound of Metal. Janine.
All right.
Nope.
Okay,
I
Frank,
can tell you
go
what
ahead.
it's about. Do you know Riz Ahmed?
Who?
The actor.
No.
Okay. Well, he is a drummer in a rock band, but he suddenly goes deaf.
Mm-hmm.
And now, or a metal band, and now he's trying to be a drummer, but he's trying to save his career and be a drummer and still perform. I don't know how it plays out. I haven't seen it, but that's what I got from the trailer.
I bet
it
you
looks really good.
I bet you he does just fine. I don't know if you know this, but the guy in Def Leppard had one hand, and nobody knew that for the longest time.
To be a deaf drummer, come on.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just saying
it's not easy.
Drummers persevere. They make it happen. Promising Young Woman.
Nope.
Don't know that one.
Same here. Nomadland.
Heard of it. I don't know.
Maybe heard of it.
I feel like the same as Janine. I feel like I maybe just heard something about it. Minari.
I definitely heard. I think it's on Hulu or something. Don't know Minari.
Me either. Mank.
Nope.
Heard of it. I don't know anything about it.
I heard of Mank last week. More on Mank in a second. Judas and the Black Messiah.
Heard of it. Don't know anything about it.
Maybe.
It's on HBO Go. I've heard of it. I've seen the trailer. I hear crazy buzz about this movie, and I can't wait to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
Okay.
I got to be.
How many nominees are there? There's got to be 10.
Yeah, there's should be. I think there's only 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sometimes they don't.
5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 8.
Okay. So what else?
The last one is The Father.
No.
The Father.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know that one either.
Mank leads all nominations with 10 nominations.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is that a combination of my brother and me,
I think so.
Mike and Frank?
Mank is about no, it's about somebody who it's about the guy who wrote another movie. It's gonna kill me now. Was it about the guy who wrote Citizen Kane? Maybe I think it's about. I don't know. For the first time in its 93-year history, the Academy nominates 2 female directors together.
Whoa.
Yeah, pretty big.
Are they all right? Did they have heart attacks?
Girls.
I'm just
Gonna be
saying,
okay?
like, we're making a big stink about equality and everything, and take a look. It's like it's happening. Like it may be the beginning
That's what I'm saying. It's great.
of it, but it's kind of happening.
Girls on the world. Girls.
That's right.
Just want to make sure the Academy didn't have a heart attack after doing that.
No, but they're just gonna go and point it out 17 times during the
True.
the show. They're gonna be like, by the way, did you
Look
hear?
at what we did.
Is anybody hosting this thing?
I don't know. I'm so against
I
them for
hope
that.
so.
Like, pick a host. God damn it! Like, you got to have a host.
Fine, I'll do it.
I just feel like every 15 minutes, they're like, did you hear we got 2 chicks? Women on the thing. It's going to be fantastic. I don't know if you guys heard that, but we got 2 girls.
Chicks.
Yeah, and that was David Fincher, by the way, who's kind of a genius. A Fincher directed Mank. 10 nominations.
Damn.
Best director,
Gotta watch
best actor for Gary Oldman, supporting actress for Amanda Seyfried. How do you say that, Janine?
Seyfried?
Seyfried?
I think it's Seyfried. I'm not 100% on that, though.
For Pieces of a Woman. Is that it?
Promising Young Woman? I think it's Promising Young Woman.
All right, who else?
No.
I will also say I'm excited for Andra Day. She was nominated for Best Actress for The United States versus Billie Holiday. I haven't seen that yet either, but every ad I see for her as Billie Holiday, it just looks amazing. She's one of the best singers that we have going right now, and I feel like still underrated and unknown is Andra Day.
I don't think I've seen an ad for that at all.
Yeah, maybe because you don't have Amazon. I have Amazon, and they hit me with ads all the time.
That'll do it.
Yeah,
I know, right?
That's probably why you haven't seen it. So that's quickly the Oscars. So I would say we'll do an Oscar bet, but we couldn't pull that off for the Grammys, for the Golden Globes. And,
Especially with this, not even heard of anything.
yeah.
God.
Well, that would make it
We
more
didn't
fun.
hear of most of the. We didn't hear of most of the other ones anyway.
That's the thing. But now I feel like unless Frank is willing to put up the MAGA hat as a bet, there's no point in making a bet because that's all I want to see. That's all
That's
the
the
audience
only
wants
thing.
to see.
The audience
it.
doesn't want to see that.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
They
I
definitely.
guarantee
They
they
definitely
don't care.
do.
They definitely want to see it.
They don't want to see that.
So until Frank comes around, I don't know if we're gonna do award show bets.
So there's no more betting at all ever.
But think of what. Here's the thing. I'm not saying there's no more betting ever. I'm just saying we have to come up with something as good as that
Okay.
in order for it to be entertaining.
So, gauntlet thrown down. Let's go. Come up with something.
Well, we're not going to do it
Gauntlet.
right now, but I'm just saying, like, that's where that
Right.
was the bar. We never hit it, and now people
Why
are
does
like,
it have
"Who
to be the bar? It doesn't have to be the bar. You could bet something stupid. We could bet $50. We could bet whatever.
Nobody. That's not
50
entertaining. $50 isn't entertaining. For
You
people.
wearing a hat is way more than $50.
Yeah.
Nah.
It was the fact that you were so angry about it, which is why
Not worth
people wanted to see you put
Yeah,
it up.
exactly.
That's what it was.
Not worth it. Not gonna do it.
That's why we'll never have
What?
betting content on the show ever again. That's the problem.
Thanks, Frank.
Hey, you're welcome.
Thanks, Frank.
Frank broke the show.
That's what I do,
Grammys,
baby.
Grammys.
My
J
Grammys
Sabs.
both passed away a long time ago.
Oh, rest in peace.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
What did you think of the Grammy Awards?
I watched every performance, and I have to say, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B obviously was my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, they stole the show. I won't even say because it was, a little risque. The visuals behind the stage were great.
So I just turned on the show at that moment, and I will say that the Cardi B portion of it.
Yes.
Now, did Megan start it and Cardi B came in the middle, or was Cardi first
Yes.
and then Megan?
Megan, then Cardi, and then they
so
sing together.
I was worried that I missed a first Cardi, then a Megan, then a second Cardi. I wasn't sure if I caught that. So when Cardi first comes on, that visual with the screen was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It
was really
was
good.
So
very cool.
My favorite visual in the whole thing was every now and then they'd cut to Post Malone like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Why were they doing that?
I don't know. He was enjoying himself a little too much.
Yes, he was.
He was
I
playing.
Like him, though.
He was kind of playing the role of what's her name there, Taylor Swifter, because usually she's the one that's like all like, oh my god, but he was doing that last night.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been too embarrassing, except he was sitting there by himself.
Yeah,
like off to the side, like if you're in the audience and you're like, oh my god, look at this, but he's like just by himself, like it looks like a big weirdo.
Well,
I like him.
It was strange too because they weren't in an arena; they were outside. They were like outside of the Staples Center, so it was this weird setup. Everything was distanced. There was only it was literally, if you want to feel like a piece of garbage, if you didn't get invited to that stage area, you were not winning and you were worthless. That's basically what they were saying.
That's nice.
You know what annoyed me? That they were sitting far enough apart and still wore masks. Like, you don't need to wear them if you're 6 feet apart, which they were.
And they came with people in their own household.
But they probably didn't wear them the whole time. Yeah, they probably didn't even wear them. They probably just wore it for the camera and then took it off.
Well, I agree. You make it. Yes, you're not wrong.
What's wrong? You don't think that's true?
What? That you don't have to wear your mask if you're
more
6
than
feet
6
apart?
feet apart, right?
They're putting a message out there. They're trying to. Why are you so anti-mask? Why are you so anti-mask?
I'm not anti-mask.
You are anti-mask.
You should wear it in certain places, but if you're more than 6 feet apart, you shouldn't have to wear it.
You're both right.
You don't have to.
You're both right.
I don't think they can guarantee that whole 6 feet apart thing. People walk around.
Can.
People move around.
No, you're sitting in your seat. There is like a table you're sitting at.
See, I think they were wearing it to set an example. I think they were wearing it to be like, you should just wear it.
Come on, guys, we're going to take this shot. Put your mask on. Okay.
Yeah, so nobody could look at them and go, see, they're not wearing masks.
I wouldn't say that because they're more than 6 feet apart.
I didn't say you were saying that.
I said so
I'm just people.
Saying. But then also,
so people are going to be like,
whenever one of them would win, they would take the mask off and hug the person that they were with, which is like... It was also kind of counterproductive to wearing a mask.
Oops.
I don't know what to tell you. I didn't watch the awards.
Yeah. I didn't see. I missed Harry Styles. Was he good?
Well, yes, he's always good.
And I missed Bruno Mars, who I love more than anything. Was he good? People said he was really good.
He was a great. I forgot his name right now. Was he James Brown? That's who he was singing.
Well, was he? I missed it. Yeah, he channels Brown for sure.
He was singing a James Brown song?
I'm trying to think it was James.
Sing some of the songs so we'll get it.
Yes.
Was it
Either way, I thought it was that guy. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, he
plays him very well.
I feel like he's going to surpass some of the classic artists by the time he gets to the point where he's been doing it for like 25, 30 years. We're going to look back and be like, oh my God, he actually turned out to be better than you name a hero that I love right now. And I'll be like, yeah, Bruno Mars. He surpassed.
Right, exactly. He's
Superman.
Good.
Who?
Superman.
Superman, he said.
Yeah. No, I was thinking more like, James Brown or, whoever.
Get on up.
I feel like he's going to surpass all those people.
I feel good.
Here's one of the shocking moments for me. I didn't realize this because I have recently just become acquainted with DaBaby.
Oh, he's good.
Who's DaBaby?
He's very good. DaBaby is good.
He's a rapper.
But also, I was introduced last night to Lil Baby, and I'm growing concerned of we're not real. I don't know who's handing out names in the rap world.
These aren't the toughest rap names I've ever heard.
No.
It's not about being tough for me. It's about, like, we just got DaBaby. Now we have Lil Baby, and is this like NASCAR where you're on, like, teams? Like, is there the baby team?
Next is Big Baby. I'm calling it.
And then
I'll take that.
British Wee Baby.
Right. Or is Lil Baby on a team with like Lil Nas X and all the other Lils? Because there's a lot of Lils out there now.
No.
I don't know how it works.
What if someone comes out as Little Baby?
That would be messed
No.
up.
Without the lull.
That would be
That's
messed
not
up.
right.
Not good.
Yeah, I just kind of weird that like all these names are repeating each other in the hip hop
Yeah,
world
it's
right
true.
now. It's an odd thing that's happening. It's a really, really
Weird,
odd
these
thing
names.
that's happening.
I can't keep up with them. So many.
Well,
I'm going by Janine the Stallion. Thank you.
Yeah, that's not a total ripoff.
No, not at all.
by the way, I didn't get to catch up with my conservative radio friends today, but I'm sure they were plenty pissed off at that performance last night because it was rather raunchy. It was pretty raunch.
Yes, but you know what? It was good. It was really good.
I
I
thought-
liked it a lot.
It
I
was
thought
the
they were
clean
great.
version.
I think it was.
What?
It
It
was.
was the
Exactly.
clean, radio-friendly version of the song.
Did you see what they're saying about Cardi B or no?
No.
What are they saying?
So people were making fun of her, how she was dancing.
Did I see what they were saying? This is why we have you, Janine. You're the one who catches all these things, so you can tell.
Yeah,
I don't
we
even know
got-
where to go for this stuff. Go ahead.
I mean, it was not only on Instagram, but on TikTok, people were posting videos of their performance, and the comments underneath were not nice. But here's the thing, and I could tell just from watching the video, what she was wearing was very heavy. So when she was trying to dance, she couldn't really dance her full extent because she is a great dancer. Obviously, she was a stripper in her past life, so she knows how to dance pretty well. And you could just see she was struggling to dance the way she wanted to.
I feel like Cardi put on a couple pounds. It looked like
I think she's coming out with a statement in a couple of days.
baby.
Should be
She's pregnant again?
Mhm.
You think
I
so?
think so. hmm
Now,
too.
are we? What kind of baby? A little baby or da baby? What kind is she gonna have?
New baby.
New baby. New baby.
Cardi baby.
Hey, that's my name.
Yeah.
Cardi baby. That's a good one.
I will say this too. Beyonce got a little heavy.
She did. I
Yeah.
don't think she looked great last night at all. And I don't even,
No.
not even about her weight, just her hair was off.
Yeah.
She seemed off
Wait.
to me.
What's her kid's name?
Yeah, why you got to comment on women's bodies?
Blue Sky. I know.
Blue Ivy.
Blue Ivy. For the first time, I feel like for the first time last night, we didn't see Beyonce. We saw Blue Ivy's mom,
Right.
who was just like, fuck it, man. I
Right.
can't even, like, the hair's not right, but who cares? Okay, I've been eating Chinese food and tacos and cake the last couple days. I'm literally
Mismatched
describing
socks.
my diet the last few days. But like we all kind of have that moment where you lose yourself and you just become the kid's parent, and that's where I feel like
Whoa.
Beyonce finally got to.
Yeah, no, it's true. She, no,
Was Jay-Z there?
no. Yes. Oh,
Yeah, he was rocking some crazy
he liked
hair.
his hair.
I
Oh,
love
his
the
hair was
hair.
crazy.
I loved
Really?
it. Yeah, it was very like what's the guy
From Sideshow Bob.
All right.
Is that it?
I'm
Is
picturing.
that it?
It was
From The
sideshow.
Simpsons?
Yeah, it was sideshow Bob-esque, but I was thinking of Marlon Wayans' character from
Oh,
Don't Be a Menace to South Central.
okay. Well, it was a combination. How about
Yeah,
that?
it was a little bit of everything there. I liked it. I liked it. I thought it looked good on him.
All right.
I'll tell you what I love about Jay-Z. This is my favorite thing about Jay-Z, and I'm a big fan. Not the music, not the hair, not the fact that he snagged Beyonce. Not even the fact, if we're going to go here, that he snagged Beyonce and then cheated on her.
Exactly.
But the fact that he wears suits with hoodies. I fucking
I know he don't give a.
love
He don't
this.
give a fuck.
Does he have his own clothing line?
I think, isn't Rockaware
He
his,
used
or
to.
is that not his thing?
That's Damon Dashes.
But wasn't he in on that?
He was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So is that part of his thing?
I don't know if he's got a thing or not, but I just,
Still now, I don't know.
everything that he does gets copied. I don't know. This is the third or fourth time I've seen him pull this off, and I don't know why that's not catching on more, because I love hoodies, and I want this just to be a thing where we can wear hoodies. And
You
like
should do it at the next wedding.
You could wear a hoodie anywhere you go, man. No one's stopping you.
My dream, my dream in life is to create a designer hoodie line. Like, I want to just make it like
Oh.
the office hoodie and the wedding hoodie and like like a nice hoodie for all occasions.
Just
Okay.
just staple a hoodie to everything you got in your closet, and you're just a hood. That's all
Yeah.
you need. And
Just
that's it.
one hood. That's it.
I just want it to be a big thing.
Portable hood.
I actually think I'm hurting him more than anything, being like, I like that look. I don't think I'm the kind of guy he wants to, you know.
You're a T-shirt.
No,
Islanders jersey guy.
Yeah. I'm sure if he could, he would send me a cease and desist for endorsing his clothing.
Get out of here.
Yeah, if you watch this at all.
You're killing me.
Don't you ever say that again.
But here's the other thing about Beyonce. Last night, she became...
Mm-hmm. Who around the world? Girls.
Oh, she has the title now.
She has won the most Grammys out of any artist.
Male or female.
Male or female.
Queen Bee.
They made a big deal when she set the record for female. And then, like, a couple of awards later, she won another one and locked up the whole thing. And let me just say this before I say what I'm going to say.
Uh-oh. Okay, here we go.
Listen, I'm gonna let you finish.
That's what you said.
Beyonce had the bet. No, God. Sorry.
This was the first Grammy Awards that made me an old man. The other ones,
you recognize half the people.
Yeah, the other ones I was like, oh, I know that one. I knew enough to kind of still feel cool and young. I watched last night, and then also the people I didn't know were the ones who got old and heavier.
Like Lifetime Achievement Awards. Okay.
Like I shouldn't be able to sympathize and empathize with Beyonce, but I did. Like I looked at Beyonce and go, oh, she got a little heavy and her hair's messed up. Kind of like me. That shouldn't be the thing, and it was last night. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty funny. Yes. But I maybe I knew a little bit more people than you did.
I know a few. The thing is, I turn on the radio, and for the most part, when I turn on like a pop station or something like that, I'm like, is this? It could be Dua Lipa. It could be Dua Lipa. It could be half a dozen of the other ones. I have no clue who's singing what. I know the names. I know maybe some titles of the songs, and I recognize some of the songs, but there's just too many.
By the way, this is what old people who don't know what's going on in the world say. It was what you're saying, and now I'm becoming. That's where I'm moving into.
No. I'm not there yet. No.
Thank God. You're there. Stay where you are. Stay young.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
She was so cute last night, winning that award.
Yeah.
With Beyonce. She was so excited for her to be next to her. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? Like, this is why. First, I like her because she is very down to earth, and she don't give a fuck. And she, she's from Texas, obviously. And you could just tell, like, she really is. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, genuinely happy and humble about herself. I think.
Yeah,
I really do.
I actually thought she stole the night between her performance with Cardi and her accepting the award. And then I also thought Billie Eilish winning the album of the year or whatever, and
controversy on that too. Did you read that?
I didn't read it, but I thought it was wrong to give it to her because I thought Megan Thee Stallion did have the best record, and that was sort of solidified when Billie went up there and was like, there's no way I should have won this over Megan Thee Stallion. Like that was her entire speech was Megan Thee Stallion should have won this.
I feel like Billie Eilish swept the Grammys last year, right?
She did. She swept them last year before the world went in the toilet, and then to her to come back and win it a second year in a row, it didn't really work this year. But what was the controversy, Janine?
I forgot who he is. I don't know if he's a director. He went on and said something along the lines of, tweeted it, I hate when white people do this. And I saw the comments underneath and people were mad. And Billie Eilish, I feel like she honestly did really think that she should have won it. She didn't say it to me like she feels bad for her. Like she truly thinks that she should have won. And I don't think it's bad when people say that. I really don't.
I think
Except
it's bad
Kanye,
when people.
But,
I think it's bad when people say that when they don't mean it. But I felt Billie meant it.
Oh, she definitely meant it. That's what I mean. Like, right? If you really don't mean it, don't say it. But she definitely meant it. But people didn't like that she said that, which is like, how could you not like it? She said it. She means it.
Yeah, too bad. It's not up to you.
Right.
It's up to her. She can say what she wants. It's her It's her 2 minutes in the spotlight for, her speech. She can say whatever the hell
Yeah.
she wants, as long as it's not like, something ridiculously, racist or
Yeah.
something. She could say whatever she wants. There's
Right.
people that did that all throughout history with Oscars and everything. This award should go to this person.
Yeah.
Or, I wish I shouldn't have been up here. I didn't expect this. Everybody, that's like a classic thing.
Yeah, no.
There was actually
and
an
by
Oscar.
the way,
Yeah.
right. I confuse Billie Eilish with Rob Schneider's daughter. What's her name? All the time. I don't know why.
Oh.
What's her name?
King. Isn't it something King?
Ellie King. Yeah.
Ellie
I don't know
King.
why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They don't even look alike.
Eilish and Ellie. I get it. I would do that. That sounds like something I would do. It was, by the way, Little Richard who Bruno Mars was.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I mean, close enough.
There was a Golden Globe a while back. This was a long time ago. Ving Rhames wins the Golden Globe, and he goes up and he says, "I don't deserve this. This goes to Jack Lemmon. Jack Lemmon, come up here and accept the award."
Oh wow.
And Jack Lemmon came up and was like, "This is unbelievable. This is a shock. What are you doing?" But he got up there on stage and he gave his little thank you. And Ving Rhames was like, "I don't want it. It's yours." And he gave it to him.
Now, according to, let me see here. According to this, they're saying that Beyonce passed Alison Krauss and won the record for most Grammys won by a female artist. She's tied with Quincy Jones as the second most awarded musician at the Grammys with 28. Conductor George Solti holds the record for most Grammy wins. But everywhere I read this morning, it was like that she holds the record.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know what the deal is with that.
They even said it on the award show last night.
Yeah. So I don't know what the deal is there. But here's the thing. And again, I don't want to sound like an old fogey. And this is no disrespect to Beyonce. But come on. Quincy Jones versus Beyonce. Like, something's wrong with your award system if Beyonce has surpassed Quincy Jones.
Yeah, but it's a popularity contest for the most part.
I don't know if we have a smarter musical mind than Quincy Jones, for the love of... I mean, the guy's just done everything.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's more categories. Beyonce, it's best album, best, female artist, best song.
Yeah, that's true.
Quincy Jones will come out with, one thing, and, she comes out with them more regularly, I think. Quincy Jones,
Maybe.
How many albums has he come out with in the last 20 years?
It's just like, I don't know, the Beatles, the Beach Boys, the Temptations. Like, there's a lot of people I would put on a list of greatness ahead of Beyonce. She'd be on that list and high up on it, no doubt about it.
Go home, Grandpa.
Another
Go
thing,
home, Grandpa, you're drunk.
You got to take into account, like, the Beatles were only
Go
like
take your Ginkoba, Grandpa. Centrum.
The Beatles were only around for like 10 years, not even. A little
That's
more.
true. And Beyonce's been around for like 20 years now. So
more than that. Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Back in my day, we didn't have Beyonce's, and we walked to school uphill in the snow in both directions. Okay.
You know what Fam really wants to say? He's like, I can't believe Dave Matthews Band has not won more awards than Beyonce. That's what he's thinking right now, but he won't say it. I know.
It's a crime that Dave has only won a Grammy 30 years ago. It's an absolute crime. Birthday dinner recap. I was mad at Janine last episode. You can go back and check that out because I feel like she broke the tradition of us not giving birthday gifts to one another in our little group of friends.
Plus, again, she's slowly sinking in the picture.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Right. Also, she can't frame herself. Janine now, by the way, Janine threw somebody under the bus and said it wasn't her that initiated all this, that it was somebody else in the group of friends, and then said that she would tell me, and then subsequently never told me.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
But
I told your wife, though.
Oh, did you? You didn't tell me that part of it.
I think so.
But it was funny because I did on Sunday get a couple of DMs from people that were like, how was the birthday dinner? Like, how did it all go? So I thought, well, let's recap it for everybody since they were part of it.
Let's recap it.
The front part.
I thought it was very nice. I had a good time. Did you not?
Oh, me? Yes, I did.
No, Anthony. I know. Yeah, it was great. What's wrong?
I had, first of all, for a super spreader event, it was one of the best ones I was ever at. Like, it was one of the best. Top notch.
It was not a super spreader event.
There
were 14 of us, 2 tables in a restaurant. We did all the guidelines. If you get up from the table, you wear the mask. If you go anywhere, you wear the mask. We did everything right.
One of our friends had to leave because he wasn't. He was asked to leave for not wearing a shirt. Here's a picture, if you can see there.
There he is.
Group gathering right there.
And
No
for being
shirt,
dead.
no pants.
And for
Big
being
cock,
dead
no
for the
service.
past 5 years.
It was nice to celebrate with Wood, seeing as it's the year anniversary of the pandemic. So that was a nice way to do the whole thing.
That
But
was
anyway,
nice that he met us there.
can I say this?
No.
And I'm no bullshit. Top 10. Maybe that's unfair, but maybe top 15. I would say close to top 10. Greatest meals that I have ever had.
Really?
Ever?
I was thinking about it. We went to this place. It was Janine found it. It was a steakhouse.
Thank you.
Kind of traditionally
What did you have?
steakhousey things. Well, I didn't have the French
he
onion
had the
soup.
surf and turf.
I'll tell you that.
He had the surf and turf.
At one moment, I lost my seat to Frank's
Oh.
wife, and your wife ordered soup, Frank, and I was like, "Oh, this is great. I'm going to eat the soup before she gets back here." I think your wife really thought I was going to eat her soup.
She thinks she doesn't trust you as far as she can.
She does not trust. Frank's wife does
she
not
does.
trust me because not only did she get back and switch seats again before the meals came, she wouldn't leave her drink in front of me. Like,
Like you were going to roofie her?
Well, that's just smart.
I was like, "Oh, good, I'm gonna taste your drink," and she came like running back over, like, "Give me my drink." Like I wasn't gonna.
I think she just wanted her drink.
Right.
She just
I don't
wanted
think
to
so.
have her drink.
I think she thought I was really gonna taste her. Now she should know I'm a
We all know you're a
germaphobe.
Right,
would-
exactly.
I would
She
never-
would
know
never, he
you're a
doesn't even drink
scumbag.
out of the same cup as his wife. I was like, he doesn't.
You're
Very
a
true.
giant scumbag. So
Very true.
What did you have, Frank?
I had the halibut. First, I started with the
Who the
clams.
The halibut? What is wrong with you? We were at a steakhouse.
Wasn't really a steakhouse. They had it wasn't really a steakhouse. It wasn't.
I'm against.
It was a tavern. It was whatever tavern.
All right. I mean, it was a lot of steak, though. I mean, I can understand ordering shrimp or something like that, but
I did.
flaky
I have
fish.
steak all the time, and halibut. It was good. It filled me
That's
up.
what she said.
It was nice. I started with the clams, baked clams,
Okay.
and then I did the halibut. It was very good.
All right.
Well, we had this starter. Oh, you talk about it.
No, I was gonna say. First of all, I got mad at Janine a couple times throughout the course of the evening. One, we ordered
What's
cocktails.
your problem with Janine
I
already?
can't stand her. Janine ordered this I hate, and I think you didn't like it, which made me happy. I hate and feel like there is no place for jalapenos in a cocktail.
Oh no, I love it. I love
that's
it.
gross.
You loved it, but you switched gears. I thought you didn't like it.
I liked it, but I wanted to try a different other spicy margarita. And see, yeah, either you hate it or you love it. It's like truffle. Either you hate it or you love it.
Oh.
I love a spicy drink, but I can't stand Bloody Marys. Tell me how that makes sense.
That's weird. I love spicy Bloody Marys, but I can't stand putting a jalapeno pepper in a drink. That just seems weird.
I'm with Frank.
Well,
on
do
that.
you like spicy stuff?
Yes. Hot wings,
Okay.
all that stuff. Yeah.
I think that if you opened up your mind and just tried it, and you too,
I
fam,
have
I'm
tried
talking to you too.
No, I have.
A jalapeno in a drink and you didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't. I'll eat a
That's
jalapeno on anything else. I just in a drink. I've never had one. I had a jalapeno margarita once, and I was like, I'm never gonna drink this ever again. This does not work.
So I first had the passion fruit spicy margarita, which was passion fruit flavored margarita with just one little jalapeno garnish, and that actually I liked better than my second one. Which was so here's the second one. It was jalapeno flavored tequila with muddled watermelon in it as well. Very good too.
I can't imagine. I mean,
I didn't
It's
notice
very
that.
good
wrong.
too.
Hey, unless you try it, who the hell knows?
I had I don't know, whatever version of their old fashioned it was.
Old fashioned. Good or no?
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
I had the margarita. I was not
Which one?
impressed. Regular margarita.
You said I just want a regular margarita.
I said a margarita with salt. That's it.
Okay.
And I had that. It was just. It wasn't very good. It was a little strong.
It's okay.
It was a little too strong. You know when you can't. You
can't
drink it,
yeah.
and you're like, yeah, exactly.
Was it
so
too sweet or too sour?
Probably too sour. I don't know. It was too alcohol-y. Like the alcohol, it burned a little too much, and it's just not. You know, when I drink a margarita, I like the sweet and sour part, but this was, I think they put a little too much tequila, and it was just a little stingy. It just wasn't tasty.
Their old fashioned had cinnamon in it, which I was a little worried about, and also a little vanilla. And but it was really good. It was Nomad in the City is the best old fashioned I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
But this one was this is a close second. It was pretty tasty. So anyway, moving to the appetizers, we get fried calamari. We get a couple little necks to enjoy at our table. Frank sat at a different table from Janine and I, for those that are trying to figure this all out.
Yes.
Then
but
Janine
next 6 feet apart.
Right. Then Janine and her husband go ahead and go, oh, let's get the what was it? The
fried eggplant stack.
The zucchini and eggplant chips.
Oh, zucchini and eggplant chips. There you go.
Those looked good. Were they not good?
I threw a look to my wife. I go, who let them add that to the thing?
I saw a table before we sat down. I saw a table had them, and they looked good.
So
were they not good?
The thing comes, and we're all getting our appetizers, and now I'm annoyed because I'm like, let me try this because these two had to go and order it, and Janine goes, put the sauce. Make sure you put the sauce on. It's like a white-looking sauce. I put the sauce on.
Why is Janine teaching you how to eat?
I'm just not.
He didn't see it. I don't think he saw it.
I didn't. Yeah, that's right. Because it wasn't like it was like next to the dish. It wasn't on the same dish. It was one of the greatest appetizers I've ever had.
There you go.
I was besides myself with how good that was. Boom. It was amazing. It was a garlic and almond sauce for those that are. I don't know what else is in it, but it was the thinnest, crispiest eggplant and zucchini, and then this sauce on top. Oh my God, it was
right. Like I want to go right. Like my mouth right now is like, I want it.
It was so. I've been dreaming about it. So then I just had a simple surf and turf, which is not hard to screw up. But I will say, cooking a lobster tail, not a lot of places get that 100% right, and they beyond nailed it. Plus, they served the steak with an entire head of roasted garlic, which was divine. It was nothing out of the order. Like the almond sauce was extraordinary and new and different. Probably something you could only get there. Everything else was kind of basically standard, but it was executed so friggin' well, and you get points in my book for that. It was amazing. It was a really.
They did everything right. They did everything. Looked good. Everything smelled good. My brother sat next to me. He had the bronzino, which is the whole.
Oh yeah.
The whole fish on his plate. It was like wider than I could show you with my hands here. It was huge.
What did everyone else have at your table? You know, Frank.
Let's see. What did they have? I can't remember. There was like a lot of spinach going around. There was steaks. I think Mike's wife had the filet mignon, which looked good. She said, really everybody, good. When I looked up from what I was eating, everybody's plate was clean. Everybody finished everything.
Yeah.
Nobody left anything behind.
Oh, I had the shrimp.
Oh, yeah. How was that? It looked, were huge shrimp.
Huge shrimp. And they were so good. They were served with also some other kind of spicy sauce. So good. I want to go back now, thank you.
Was that the tempura shrimp that you had?
It was.
Yeah. Spicy mayo and chili oil.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm starving.
This is Hendrick's Tavern in, where the hell were we, Janine?
Roslyn.
In case anybody is curious.
Which, by the way, passing through that neighborhood is really like... It was
depressing?
No. It was a nice little... It looked like...
No, depressing that we can't have that money? Okay.
Yeah. But there was like one
now and we will.
There was one neighborhood we passed through. Right.
Go to the store and buy a couple of T-shirts, and maybe we'll get there one day.
So we can move into Roslyn.
She said. Yeah. Please buy that. That's what she said. Shirt.
Passing through that neighborhood, it was like Pet Cemetery. You know, like those little houses, those quaint little shops.
It's a very old neighborhood because it's by the water. It was like an old seaporty area back in the day.
Very nice.
A lot of big time money for those who aren't on Long Island. There's a thing called the Gold Coast, where it's like all the old money. In fact, what's the novel there? That
Great Gatsby.
The Great Gatsby. This is similar, right in that area of where that old money resides. So then it's Deanna's birthday, so they bring her a cake with a candle in it, and it is this vanilla coconut cake. And now they came around. Anybody want desserts? I'm stuffed. We ate our.
I just got a cup of coffee.
We ate our faces off.
I wanted to keep my buzz.
I couldn't even do coffee. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a coffee on the way home. I'll get a Dunkin' Donuts. It'll be just keep me up on the way home. I passed on coffee even. And then they bring out the cake for her to blow out the candle, and the goddamn thing looks so good, Frank.
It did.
Janine and I kind of catch eyes first after. I think Deanna was done eating. This was well after. We could have been like, you know what, give me. And she goes, I forget even who started it, Janine, you or me.
I was just like, that looks good.
It was this white vanilla cake with coconut all over it. And it was a huge piece of cake.
It looked like yeah.
It was like the cake from people who watch Seinfeld would know this. The cake that Elaine eats.
Yes.
In her boss's office.
So Janine says this to me, and this is my green light because I was thinking about getting one to go, but I didn't want to be like a savage. And she was like, no, I was thinking about the same thing too. So I hightail it out of the room, find the waiter, and I'm like, let's get a couple of pieces of this cake to go. So I treated Janine to the cake. Not a big deal.
That was very nice of you.
Not a big deal, but it was really more selfish than anything because Janine, you were my excuse for pulling off this incredibly fat maneuver.
Janine wants it. I have to get it. Janine said that she wants it. Sorry,
it's for the podcast. We have to try it and talk about it for the podcast.
Exactly.
We should have.
Now
I couldn't wait.
I looked at the bill because I ordered let me finish getting to my point here. I looked at the bill and because I ordered it separately. And I got 3 pieces because I was like, I want to eat this. And I know my wife thinks everything is hers. She's going to want some. So we have to get 2 slices. And I'll get one for Janine. I don't know where your husband stood on this. So I'm like, let's just do 3. It was $12 for a slice of this cake.
Are you kidding me?
$12 for the cake. Now,
oh my God.
I thought the cake was good. I didn't think it was $12 good.
No, I'm going to Venmo you $13.44 just to cover some tax.
That is insane.
But here's why I bring this up, because this was an incredibly controversial move on the birthday dinner.
$4.99.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Fancy place, super fancy, F. Scott Fitzgerald fancy money area, right? $12 a slice of cake, fancy. The bill comes, and Frank's brother, the husband of the birthday girl, picks up the tab for the entire thing.
14 of us.
14 people at a $12 a piece of cake place. I can't even imagine.
I saw the bill.
What that bill was. Did you?
I did. It's up there.
I can't even imagine. Now, this is what I worry about. And I don't know if this is an Anthony thing, if this is an Italian thing. I'm not entirely sure. I feel like the presence of the presents maybe forced Mike's hand into feeling like he had to cover the because here's what I'm thinking. We always go out to dinner for people's birthdays. We pay for ourselves. Again, like I said in the last episode, the gift is we're all together. That nobody gets a gift. It's just we're there together. We're going out for dinner for so-and-so. That's good enough. Everybody covers their own plate. Every couple pays for themselves. Not that we're like, oh, what did you get? We split the bill.
40th.
We split the bill.
We just split it. Yeah, we just.
But it was a 40th. It was a big.
But that's why
milestone.
There's never any gifts. I'm worried now. I'm panicking because I know that bill was huge. Is that your brother felt like, oh, I gotta pay because everybody brought a gift? But here's the thing. We all brought gifts appropriate for, we're getting a gift because it's the 40th and it's special, but we're still paying for this. The gift didn't match because when you go to an affair that they paid.
It's all right because you were there. Like you said, the gift.
No, but let me finish making the point for the people in Australia, Frank, that don't act like this.
I wish you would get there already.
We cover the plate. Like if you know, oh, I think this place is like $150 a plate, you make sure that you got a $300 envelope at least.
For a wedding.
For a wedding. Whatever. But even a regular occasion, you kind of try and figure it out, cover the plate for christenings or whatever. I feel like if I would have known the bill was getting picked up, I would have gotten a nicer gift to match.
No one knew, though. It's fine.
Well, you can do what my husband did and Venmo him money. So he doesn't know how to give it back either.
Did Gaetano
Did he do that?
Yes, he did.
He Venmo'd Mike money?
That's... Come on now.
For the meal? Like for the meal?
Mm-hmm.
That's not cool. Now we all look like cheap
No, you don't. No, you don't.
For not doing that.
I can't stand Guy and Janine so much right now because they caused this whole problem.
That's it. You guys are ruining everything.
If it wasn't for the fact that you introduced me to the zucchini chips with the sauce, I might never talk to you again.
Yeah, you screwed us big time. You and Guy screwed us big time.
Thank you, zucchini chips.
This son of a bitch forces the whole gift thing, forces Mike to take the bill, then pays behind all of our backs, and we all look like pieces of shit.
This is messed up.
This is really fucked up.
You screwed us.
Gaetano.
You screwed us again, Costanza.
How much did Gaetano give? I couldn't even imagine. I don't even, Frank, now this is almost unfair because you saw the bill. I didn't see the bill. I honestly, not to sound like a jerk, I didn't really look at the prices. But I did say to my wife, so my wife goes, I got cash. And I go, great. We're on our way there, hand to God. I go, how much did you take out of the bank? She goes, I have $200. I go, are you insane? Like, I just looked at the price of one thing. Like, one entree was like $68. I'm like, there's no way the two of us are going to eat with drinks and everything else for $200. It's not.
Jalapeno margaritas.
I'm like, we need at least $400 for the two of us to walk into this place and feel comfortable.
No.
I could tell you, but I'm not going to tell you.
You think $400 is out? I feel like that was at least $300 a couple, at least. Janine, if the cake was $12, how much do you think one of these cocktails were? You're talking about like an $18, $20 cocktail.
The cocktails were $14 each, $15 each.
That's out of whack. Maybe
what is going on? Why did we go there? I'm kidding.
Maybe I got ripped off on the cake.
It was a nice place.
For the dip. For the
fried zucchini.
Do you think the waiter was like, this fat fuck, I probably could charge him $12 a slice and he won't even notice? And I didn't.
Well, now you need to go on their menu and look what?
They didn't include the tip.
Party
of 14. You'd think they would add it in, but they didn't.
They definitely did, no?
No, we had that's why I saw the check, because I helped Mike figure out the tip.
Wait until I tell everybody.
And then I went, can I at least leave the tip? He goes, no.
I felt horrible and still do. And I still feel like we should make an effort. And now that this whole Venmo thing is around, now I got to send
Mike no excuse.
Some money. Yeah.
No, I'm going to be in trouble now.
Because I think you got to be honest.
No one else watches the show, so.
Be honest. If you're Mike and you get home and you see that everybody basically brought like a $50 gift or $75 gift or whatever, and you got to be a little pissed, no?
No, because we all knew, and we all told him, hey, we got.
Exactly. I even told him while we were planning this.
Yeah, and he got up and he rushed out to pay the bill before we could do anything. He knew we were going to pay.
Okay, so Frank is Mike's brother, and Janine helped plan the party. In fact, so much to the point where I showed up and gave Mike's last name, and the guy looked at me like, I don't, and I go, Janine? And he goes, oh, okay, yeah, your party's right over here.
Which is weird, because I gave
What do you think a man is going to call a restaurant? Do you think a man is going to call a restaurant?
I call restaurants.
And more than one restaurant.
Anyway,
I'm calling one restaurant.
Did you guys have any inkling that he was going to pick up the bill?
No.
Not until he got up and did it. So that's why I think the presents are fine. He understands that we all thought we were going to chip in.
Yeah, piece of shit he is.
By the way, his
he ain't
40th,
gonna watch this, so.
His 40th came and went, and nobody got him shit. I feel even more awful about
Should we
that.
surprise him?
I got him something because I'm his brother.
Well, before Janine, you go any further, he does watch and/or listen, and so does Deanna.
Oh.
So if we're going to do something,
Never
we should
mind.
talk about it openly.
Yeah, way to go, Janine.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We're never going to plan anything for you. You're going to be 41 before you're 40 again.
I just
he turned 40 at the height of COVID. So
it was incredibly kind, and I thought honestly unnecessary for him to do that.
He didn't have to do that.
Yes,
he didn't have to do that.
He really did not.
And we all fought tooth and nail to try to stop him, and it was too late. He did it already.
I honestly feel like I didn't fight hard enough, if I can be honest with you. I probably should have just stuffed some money in his pocket.
Wait, when he has something funny, like usually I don't think my husband's funny at all. Like I don't think his humor is not funny.
Yeah.
But he had me laughing when he's like, "Come on, Mike, I should have gotten the surf and turf."
Classic Gaetano.
Well, that's the other thing too.
I would have gotten the surf and turf.
If we known he would, I didn't order the crab, the crab appetizer because I didn't want to get overboard with everybody splitting a bill. But if I had known he was going to pick it
I
up,
would have gotten another spicy margarita.
You got the surf and turf, Aunt, right?
I did. Yeah.
So, assuming we were all going to split the bill, you got the most expensive thing on the menu.
No, he didn't. I don't think it was.
I don't think it was.
It's up there. The lobster tail and the filet mignon.
What about the halibut?
First of all, I don't even know because it was a special, so I don't even know what the price of it was.
All right. Oh. Fine. You win this round.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it was up there, but, you know.
Right.
With your cocktails.
No, I think your brother Janine ordered the Wagyu sirloin, and it was almost $60. So I have a hard time thinking that mine could have been more expensive than that.
Your table was out of control. We kept it kind of conservative. You guys went nuts.
Your wife got soup. Nobody at my table got soup. All right, so you know, take it easy there.
It's soup.
Plus, also, it was 140 degrees in that room. What was she doing ordering soup in the first place?
Soup was good.
My one pleasure in the night was Janine walking in there and being like, "This heat is like she can't stand the heat," and she was immediately pissed off about the heat.
It was hot as hell.
I was like, "It's sorry in here. Yeah. It's too hot in here. Sorry, buddy."
Yeah, it was terrible, but it was a great place.
Thank you.
It was good.
I had so much fun. I actually wrote your brother a note the next day because I was so like I just had the best time ever. The food was so great. Yeah. You know,
it was good to see everybody.
By the way, on top of picking up the bill for 12 pieces of shit that didn't deserve it, Frank's brother also got Fortune Feimster to make a movie for his wife as a birthday message. Yeah, that was very nice.
That was really cool. And he got all of her coworkers to chime in and do like a video.
Yeah, them I didn't really care for, but Fortune was really good in the video.
Right, but
I thought it was pretty cool. I want one like that for me, just to let you guys know.
That was really cool.
Who would be your cameo, Janine, that you would be like?
Brittany. Brittany.
Of course.
I don't even think she does that, and she'd be like $700 for 10 seconds.
Well, how are we gonna judge them? We don't know who does it and who doesn't.
Yeah.
It'd have to be someone. I mean, there are high level celebrities that do it. There are a few out there.
Yeah, like the ones that give out their number and basically that's it, right? You text them and they call you back.
Yeah, but it's through the app or something. It's through Cameo.
Yeah, it's through the app. Yeah,
it's not like their personal number.
No,
I just thought Mike was incredibly kind and an absolute. He would have been an absolute gentleman had he wasn't wearing a Darth Vader mask.
That was the best part of the night.
Outside of that, I thought he was a complete and total gentleman.
It's like, oh, come on.
We went out to eat on Saturday night. On today, Monday at 2:30, my wife goes, "By the way, was Mike wearing a Darth Vader mask?" I go, "Yeah."
Sure as shit was.
She's like, "That's embarrassing."
Who's Darth Vader?
Yeah. It was a lovely night, though. So, Mike, thanks again. I appreciate it.
Very nice.
And I want to apologize for Janine and the supposed co-conspirator for sending you on a crash course that probably cost you $3,000. I mean, I don't even.
$3,000.
It was definitely not that.
You don't think it was like a $3,000 bill?
No.
I'm not saying what it was.
Maybe that's a little crazy. Cool. I think it was probably closer to 2,000 than it was close to 1,500.
I know the truth.
All right.
Sorry. You'll have to ask Mike.
I'm going to get Frank to tell me off the air.
Okay. Yes.
Let's leave it there. Appreciate you guys watching and or listening. Again, if you want to get the show to the status of we can take 12 friends out for dinner, please head on over to anthonyonair.com and check out our merch store. I know Janine in particular would like you all to check out the That's What She Said shirt since she inspired it.
Go get it.
Go check that out. And, of course, get other links and everything else at anthonyonair.com. We'll catch you guys on the next one.